Hey tribe, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the law of reversibility. And Neville Goddard talked a lot about this law, and he really talked about it in one of his books. A book's called Prayer, the Art of Believing. But when he kind of talks about it, I didn't want to read the chapter to you. I just kind of pulled out this chunk to really explain it in detail because Prayer, the Art of Believing, it's a wonderful book, but again, Neville Goddard writes very, very sophisticated. So some of his stuff can be really confusing if you're new to his material. But I love the law of reversibility because it really kind of lets you know what's really going on. You understand. Sometimes we get in this gunk phase and we think it's not working out for us. We think we're going backwards when we're really not. And sometimes this is a kind of a phase where we can kind of give up in, you understand? So this is going to be a wonderful video for you to really understand what's going on and kind of dig deep in this Neville Goddard law. I mean, it's one of the laws of the universe, but of course, Neville Goddard talked about it. But anyway, let's get rocking and rolling and jump into this. Let's jump on the screen. Let me put my handy dandy glasses on. And, I love when I put this together because this is really just to the point. What the law of reversibility is. So what the law of reversibility is, let me get my highlighter going here. Sorry, I'm not ready. I had the puppies like really playing hard right beside when I was trying to make this video. Now finally I put them outside. They're brother and sister, so they have that strong bond. But anymore, they're so loud. But anyway, the law of reversibility. What it means is, listen, and we'll clarify this and dig deeper, but it starts off a little bit confusing. If cause and effect is true, and we're talking about the law of cause and effect, and remember, the law of cause and effect is that the effect is your 3D world, okay? What your circumstances, good or bad, that's your present moment right now, your 3D world, what you can see, okay? The cause of your 3D world, the cause is you. So if you want to change the effect, you got to change the cause. That's how the law of cause and effect works. Okay, but here, if the law of cause and effect is true, then the reverse is true also. Then the effect equals the cause must also be true. So the meaning is, if a certain state of consciousness naturally creates a certain physical result, then producing the inner state first will force the physical result to follow. So I love that. Let's kind of explain this really fast here. So basically what it's saying is, if a certain state of consciousness naturally creates a certain physical result. So basically here in this first kind of half of the sentence, what it's really saying is, let's say, when it means like state of consciousness, let's say something's happening in your world, okay? Maybe your boss said something that triggered you and you got angry. That's what it means. Like a physical result could be you're angry, you got mad, you're happy, whatever, but something caused that. Okay, now it could be good and bad. I'm giving you kind of a negative example, but it can be good or bad. It could be a happy moment or a bad moment for you, but it's something that's happening in your life that causes a certain reaction from you. You understand? But the law of reversibility means, well, the reverse is true also. If whatever's happening in your 3D world, okay, is triggering you, that emotion, the reverse is true too. So listen, then producing the inner state first will force the physical result to follow. So what Neville Goddard is saying is that producing the inner state first, meaning you go within first, you go within your imagination first, you have the emotion first, then if you have the emotion first, that's going to manifest the 3D world. It's going to manifest or come to you in a 3D world. Just like if you want your dream house. If producing that inner state first, you already have your dream house, then it must come to you. You understand what I'm saying? But we'll get a little bit more detailed with this where it makes a little bit more sense, make a little bit more sense to you. Okay, so that's it. That's the entire law. Now, the real explanation, not really watered down from the internet version, okay, is Neville's claim, listen, if a physical effect can produce a mental cause, just like I explained, then the physical effect can be produced by creating the mental cause. So in plain English here, okay, like a normal, like Chad, what are you talking about? Listen, if being wealthy naturally creates feelings of confidence, ease, safety, and expansion, makes it like if you're wealthy right now, you can put you in a state of being wealthy right now. Well, wouldn't you be more confident? Wouldn't you be more at ease? You know what I mean? You'd be more happy. You would be more relaxed. You wouldn't be worrying about money or paying your bills. Wouldn't it bring a certain type of safety net to you? You understand what I'm saying? But also the reverse is true too in this example. Then producing those feelings first will eventually force your life to match the state of wealth. So this is basically imagination creates reality. And living in the end. So basically what he's saying, I'll reread it one more time because I want to make sure you get this. Listen, if being wealthy, if you're wealthy right now, if being wealthy naturally causes you to be confident, more at ease, safety, expansion, okay, you're wealthy first, then you have these feelings later, okay, well, the law of reversibility, the reverse is true in a manifesting form, okay, meaning that if you produce those feelings first, meaning that you're not wealthy right now, but I can feel confident, at ease, and safety, expansion. I can feel abundant. You know what I mean? I can produce that feeling first. Then if I produce that feeling first, then wealth has to come to me. You understand what I'm saying? So the reverse is the process. You start at the end. Now, but starting at the end is Neville Goddard's living the end, meaning what you want. If you want your dream house, you go straight to the end. You already have your dream house and you produce those feelings that you already have it. Okay, so if you produce those feelings, you already have it. The law of reversibility means it has to come to you because you're producing those feelings first, but it has to come to you because the reverse is also true. If you already right now today in real life have your dream house, well, that's going to produce certain feeling states. It's going to produce certain emotions. Okay. If you have your dream house right now, you are 100% going to be more confident. You're probably going to dress different. You're going to walk different. You're going to go to different places. Okay. You're going to talk different. You're going to think different. You understand? Okay. You might even have a different group of friends if you're already in your dream house. So that's 100% true if you already have it. But the reverse is true too. You don't have to already have it, but all you need to do is produce those emotions. And from this laws of the universe are exact. It has to come to you. So again, let's kind of do some other examples to kind of really hit this into the wall here. I'm in one of those moods because I was really trying to do this video, really in the mood to do this video, and the puppies were so loud. Okay, now if wealthy, feel a certain way, then feel that way to attract the wealth. Let me highlight these because that way it'll be easier to read. Okay. That way it won't be confusing. So again, we're do the wealthy one again. If wealthy makes you feel a certain way, makes sense, then feel that way to attract wealth. That's what Neville Goddard is saying. That's the law of reversibility. Okay. If you feel loved right now, you have a significant other, a spouse, it could be a parent, a sibling. If loved makes you feel secure, wanted, and chosen, then the reverse is true too. Feel chosen first, feel secure first, then you will attract your relationship. Then you will attract your SP. Listen, now we'll do a one in health. If healthy makes you feel capable, free, energized, you can do anything, then the reverse is true also, meaning feel energized first, feel free first, okay? Feel active first, go on walks first. Then you have to be healthy. Health will come to you. So this is the law in one sentence to kind of sum this baby up. Whatever you would feel after it happens, feel that now. This is really kind of another way to explain Neville Goddard's living in the end, dwell within, dwell therein. You go straight to the end, and it's the law of being is who you have it right now. So be that person right now. Okay, so more of a practical way to explain it is whatever you would feel after it happens, feel that now. Listen, whatever you would feel after you get your dream house, then feel that right now. Okay, whatever you would feel after you got your dream car, feel that right now. Whatever you would feel after you became a successful entrepreneur, feel that right now. You understand? Whatever you would feel after you became a multimillionaire, then feel that right now. Okay, this is kind of another way of explaining the law of being, but we're just explaining it a different way. You see, most people, we're right here, but it's kind of cut. Most people misunderstand this law. And here's where people get this law wrong. They think, I have to fake the feeling. I need to force emotion. I need to be happy all day. You know what I mean? I remember really back in the day, when I would go to like Bob Proctor seminars, and I've been to a lot of seminars over my career and stuff like that. But the Bob Proctor, I remember, it didn't matter if I was a VIP or a regular attendee. If I'm sitting at a table, I would hear somebody always say, maybe they're talking to me, maybe I'm overhearing it. I'll just fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? It goes deeper than that. Sometimes when you talk about act as if, you hear someone say, "Oh, just fake it till you make it." You know what I mean? Okay? That's where people get this law wrong, is they have to fake the feeling. They need to force it up. They need to force an emotion. Remember, force negates. Okay? Any type of friction negates from you. It keeps everything away from you. Okay? Or you kind of think with the law of attraction, law of assumption, you got to be happy all day long. You can't be negative. Okay, you can't have something like bad happen to you. And we're all human. We're all going to have emotions, but we don't dwell on those emotions. You understand what I'm saying? So Neville wasn't teaching emotion. Listen, Neville wasn't teaching emotion. He was teaching the state. What state are you in? This is the same thing as a law of being. Who are you being at this moment right now? You understand? Like if I give this example a lot because lots of times it stays in my head. I don't know why. If you're getting ready for work and you walk outside, get in your car and you notice you got a flat tire and the tire is flat of flat. You know what I mean? There's no flipping fixing it. You got to replace that tire. Okay. Who are you being in that moment? Be honest with yourself. Okay. Okay. But you don't have to answer me. Just be honest. Okay, what state would you be in? Would that piss you off? Would that make you angry? Okay, who are you being in that moment? Are you being the most successful version of you that's wealthy? Or are you being the old self? The scarcity, poverty, you start having a mental breakdown. How am I going to afford this? This stuff always happens to me. You know what I mean? Or are you that most successful version of you? You fluff it off. You think like, well, it's keeping me off the freeway, keeping me safe. It must be good that I must be home right now. So I'll just call work, say I'm going to be late or call off for the day, get my tire fixed and shake it off. Okay. You got to deal with it. You have to understand. I'm not saying you ignore, we got to deal with stuff, but when we deal with things, we don't bring emotion to it. Okay. Listen to this. Okay. I think about this stuff all the time. Listen, if you want to be wealthy, what would you really do if you got a flat tire? Are you gonna have a temper tantrum over it? You're gonna have a mental breakdown over it? You're gonna get the sweats and anxiety over it? No matter if you do it out loud or to yourself in secret. Okay, seriously, think about this. If you're wealthy, you had $1 million in a bank right now, sitting in your checking account. You got other few millions invested, you're making probably $1 million every year just in interest. You know what I mean? You got tons of money. Would you really be having a mental breakdown because you have to replace a $200 tire? You wouldn't. You would fluff it. It would mean nothing to you. You understand? See, that's the state you got to be in right now if you want to be wealthy. Okay, when things happen like that, you got to train yourself that it means nothing to you. You have plenty of money. You have more than plenty of money. Okay, you can give away money and money keeps on coming to you. You understand, you really got to you really got to think about this stuff. Okay, what would you really do if you had $1 million in the bank? Okay, it's not going out buying your dream car. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm just talking about when things happen, you would easily fluff it off. Okay, when it became bill time, you would just pay your bills and bless your bills. You would be happy paying your bills. You would bring no emotion to it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. Listen, Neville wasn't teaching emotion. He was teaching a state, the law of being. That's what he was really teaching. A state equals your identity, the most successful version of you, plus perspective, and plus assumption. Isn't that, I kind of really like that. Let me highlight that in green. Let's talk about this for a second. I feel like talking. Listen, a state, your emotional state, the law of being, who are you being, equals your identity. You only have really two identities, the most successful version of you or your current self, the one that holds you back, the one that keeps you in your comfort zone. The old you, the most successful version of you or the old you, okay, your old identity, okay? When it comes down to decision time, there's only two yous that's going to make that decision, the most successful or the old you. Okay, your identity plus perspective. Okay, it's your perception. I love that because it's really when something happens, especially bad or negative, it's how you perceive it. It's your perception around it. Listen, when things happen, what happened? Your perception would be that when everything happens for me, for my benefit. So when I start thinking that way, it really shifts my perception. Okay, it doesn't become so negative now. So if you got that flat tire, yes, it's going to cost you money to fix it and stuff like that. But your perception around it could be, it kept me off the freeway. It kept me safe. Maybe there was an accident. You understand what I'm saying? It's your perception around everything. It's how we perceive stuff. Okay, plus it's your assumption. Now, what's assumption? What is the law of assumption? Law of assumption is whatever you assume to be true for you has to come to you. You understand that? Okay, we're almost done here. So let's do a few more examples of the law of reversibility. So you could, well, only reason I'm kind of explaining it different ways, guys, friends, YouTube fam, tribe, is that a lot of times we can conceptually understand this stuff, but something's not clicking. You understand in your life. You're not getting the results that you really want. So lots of times I explain it different ways. I dig deep because I might say one thing, explaining it one way, and you really have an aha moment. You really have a light bulb moment that's going to change your flipping life overnight. Okay. Listen, let's do a few more examples so you really understand this. Okay. The law of reversibility means don't wait for the money to feel abundant. Don't wait to be wealthy to feel abundant. See, this is why people have, law of attraction backwards, law of assumption backwards. They have the whole abundance thing backwards, manifesting backwards. You want to be successful. They have it backwards, no matter how you want to put it, no matter what you want to call it. Okay. People are living backwards. Okay. It's all from within. Nothing is outside of you. See, when you're seeking answers, all the answers are within you. Nothing is outside of you. You don't need to go to 10 of your friends and ask them, what would you do? You know what I mean? You already know the answers. Just kind of be quiet, let go, and the answer will come to you. So let's do this. Don't wait for the money to feel abundant. Feel abundant, and then the money will come. You understand? Don't wait for the money to be abundant. Okay? Don't wait for the wealth to come in to feel abundant. Feel abundant first, and then the money will come. That's how this stuff works. Don't wait for the relationship to feel chosen, to feel loved. Feel chosen, feel loved now, feel accepted now, and then the relationship finds you, and then your SP finds you. Don't wait for success to feel confident. Feel confident now, and then success shows up. Don't wait for the new life to feel like a new person. Feel like a new person now. And life rearranges itself. to match your desires, to match your state, to match your identity, to match that most successful version of you, my friends. Okay? So even what we described here is it's not emotion, it's all about identity, and identity is linked to the law of being. Who are you being in every single moment of your life? Are you being that most successful version of you that gets everything they want? Or you're not? Let me give you a real life example, then we'll kind of wrap up this video. If you got sudden great news, new money, new opportunity, someone praising you at work, maybe you went to work and you got a promotion you've been working so hard for, or maybe it was a surprise promotion. Okay, you didn't even know you're being considered for. Makes sense? It's a new opportunity. Maybe you went home and then, you got a call to do an interview and it's one of the best places to work. Oh, thank you. You understand? Or it's just going to work and people saying, hey, you did a great job today. Okay? Just for a second, go inside your imagination and just think there for a second. What would you do? You understand? Basically the emotions you would have is all of a sudden you would stand different. You would breathe different. You would think different. You would expect different. You would assume different. You would be more confident. You might even dress different the next day. You understand? You would feel like, I'm the shit. You understand what I'm saying? That like circumstance that happened to you, it created an emotion, it created an emotional state for you, and it changed your identity. You understand? But the law of reversibility, says the reverse is also true. Is right now, even without not getting a promotion, without getting all this stuff, stand different now. Breathe different now. Think different now. Be more confident now. Be the most successful version of you now. Be more abundant now. Okay? Assume different now, today, and then it has to come to you. Now to wrap it up, Neville says, recreate that internal shift first. You go inside your imagination, you recreate it. Imagination creates reality. You do it first. And the physical world must reverse engineer itself. That's the law. That's the law of irreversibility. Or what is it? I'm kind of getting confused. Yeah, the law of reversibility. Sorry about that. Sometimes I leave the bloopers in here. Because that's how I roll nowadays. I'm busy. Okay, let's reread that for a second. Recreate the internal shift first. Recreate your internal emotions first, the feelings. Okay, what we just talked about. You go inside your imagination. You already have the life you want. You already are the most successful version of you. Okay, you feel that first. It's a law of being. Who are you being right now? Are you being the most successful version of you? That's confident, that gets everything they want? Okay. Or are you being your old self? And listen, in the physical world must reverse engineer itself to match your state. It has to happen. It's exact. It's a law. The law of reversibility is one of the laws of the universe. Okay? Laws of the universe, you can't manipulate it. It has to happen. It's like you reap what you sow. Okay? If you put good out, good has to come to you. That's law. But it's also, the reverse is also true. If I put bad out, if I put negative out, well, negative has to come to me. Okay? That's also law of attraction, my friends. See, people get confused. People think, well, law of attraction isn't real. Law of attraction don't work because they only associate law of attraction with good things. But law of attraction is a law. Okay? There's polar opposites. It's a double-edged sword. Meaning that you attract good in your life just as easily if you attract bad in your life. That's law of attraction. Okay, that's also law of assumption. People assume with the law of assumption that it only brings good in your life. But it brings both because it's what you assume to be true for you is going to come to you no matter if it's good or bad, baby. Okay? That's how this stuff works. You can't manipulate laws. You can't manipulate laws of the universe. You might be able to manipulate other people, but you can't manipulate laws. They're exact. Okay? We can use these laws to work for us or work against us. But most people in life, these laws are working against them because they don't know how to make them work for them because they don't understand them. And they think they can manipulate them because they think since they can manipulate other people, they manipulate their teachers in school, they manipulate their boss at work, they think they can manipulate God. They think they can manipulate their subconscious mind, and they can't. That's where it stops. That's where that's where your car just stalls on the freeway. You can't go any farther until you learn how to adapt and make these laws work for you. You understand? But other than that, tribe, kind of got heated there for a second. But anyway, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I try my best to answer all the comments. I at least read all the comments. Sometimes I get busy and stuff like that. I can't answer all of them that come in. But comment below. I'd love to hear your opinions about this. And if you need help, let me know. Sometimes I make other content that helps everybody out. If you have an exact question, I'll kind of basically do another video, and it helps out you and it helps out everybody else. But other than that, tribe, remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.